Copenhagen has been together a longer time. They know each other. They have very good synergy, very good team plays. Of course, it's going to be a bit of an advantage.
And this is just a bloodbath. What is happening? Copenhagen Wolves may just... could they finish the game?
Yeah, I think we can beat it anyway.
Oh, is this it for Giants? Is this perhaps the beginning of a good setup?
I think we have a really good balance between like having 3 kind of experienced guys and then like 2 not so experienced but still like sort of.
Nice one!
My goal is just to play the best League of Legends that I possibly can.
I think we can stay in the LCS, for sure.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to day 1 of the 2016 European Summer Promotion Tournament. I'm Evie Schok, supporter, here to cover today's best of 5 with the help of former LCS jungler Marcel Dexter-Veldkamp, as well as Richard Palskam and Mitch Kreppo-Voorspoels. Good to have all of you here, but of course especially Dexter. Welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I think
Always nice to be here.
I think it's a fantastic guest because like we're used to watching some of these LCS players and like high tier challengers, but to bring the level down, inviting a master player, I think it's fantastic to get that extra insight on these.
Wait, you've been there like one day.
I'm 100 points master myself.
I'm just going to step away. I'm in Diamond 5, so I can't even get part of this.
We got off to a great start. However, we're going to start by taking a look at the matchup between Giants and the Copenhagen Wolves. Of course, Giants find themselves in this position because they are the 10th place LCS team, and the Copenhagen Wolves, they got here pulse through your EUCS, I might say.
Yes, they did. And just on that highlight video at the start, you heard me saying, what is even going on? Because I genuinely didn't know what was going on. We saw like Millennium looking so good in the lead up to this, and then Copenhagen Wolves bodied them 3-0. It was actually insane.
Yeah, Millennium kind of really started crumbling once we got closer to these offline stages and offline stages overall. So it really, they couldn't repeat the practice from at home and bring it to the games, while Copenhagen Wolves got a little bit better. They're still questionable, but they show these really good glimpses of team synergy at certain points in the game. Will it be enough? We don't know.
Yeah, to just re-emphasize what happened, obviously they were 4th in the regular Challenger Series, then they changed up their roster and got all the way to the finals and then made it in the end. What did you make of the Huma Copenhagen Wolves match?
Yeah, it was a really entertaining series for sure from both sides. A bit of unlucky jungle gameplay from both sides that should have secured the series, but I think that we have, I have hope for a better series this time around, yeah.
We'll see what happens. Copenhagen Wolves ended up losing that series, which makes them in this best of 5 today. Then Huma will be playing tomorrow. It's quite complicated, so for a look at what lies ahead for both teams, we're going to check in with Stress to explain it all.
Thank you very much, Sharks. As you mentioned, a little bit complicated. We've got a completely different promotion tournament setup to what we've had before. So we wanted to take a moment to break it down into some segments and really talk about what each day means. So best place to start with the promotion tournament is obviously going to be the first day, today. That is going to be Giants taking on the Copenhagen Wolves. That's the number 10th team from the LCS, taking on the number 2 challenger team in a best of 5. This is an elimination match, so if you lose here, you're out of the promotion tournament. A win, on the other hand, will take you to Saturday, our second matchup of the tournament. They're going to move on to the 8th place LCS team Splice. They're going to be taking on the winner of today. And the winner of that match, all importantly, joins the LCS. That's not the only match that we have on Saturday. Second matchup will be taking place between Roccat and Huma. Both of these are best of 5s. That is the 9th place LCS team against the winner of the Challenger Series. And again, the winner of that series goes to the LCS. So a win on Saturday puts you already in the summer split. A loss on Saturday, however, puts you in Sunday's game. That is one last best of 5 chance to get yourself into the LCS. The winner goes to the LCS, loser goes to Challenger, and you know, there's a lot to take in. The TLDR of all of this. 5 teams are going to enter this weekend. 3 teams will leave as members of the League of Legends Championship Series. So, you know, there's a lot on the line this weekend, and the teams are going to be playing for that all-important spot. I'm going to send it back over to the analyst desk to break down our first matchup.
Thank you very much. But first, obviously, a very, very good tournament structure, knowing that really the strongest will survive in the end, Marcel.
No more auto-relegation. Yeah, I'm so happy.
Okay.
It's actually really good because if you lose, you still get a chance to play yourself in. And, I mean, it's kind of a big deal if you can't be in LCS for 6 months. So I'm pretty happy about this tournament because it gives, if you have like a bad day or something, it gives you like a chance to have like re-enter the LCS.
chance, yeah.
Second chance, yeah.
Yeah, initially I was actually a fan of auto relegation, but I think with the changes to the overall structure, where obviously one single matchup doesn't decide the entire thing, especially for some of these LCS teams, it kind of does reward, the best teams will make it in, and I think that's important. I do like a little bit of double elimination there too. The fact that Saturday people can play carefree, I hope it will elevate the level of the matches too, when not necessarily being out of the tournament is on the line, because whatever teams play on Saturday, obviously, if they win, they make it in, but if they lose, they have them one more chance to redeem themselves. I think that will kind of loosen them up and give us some more like creative, aggressive gameplay, or at least that's what I'm hoping for.
Yeah, we'll see what happens. And as we get a look at two of the teams chasing a spot in the big leagues, we want to get your input. Tweet at LOL Esports and tell us which team do you think is better prepared to compete in the summer split, and why is that, Pulse?
So, I think a lot of people would disagree with me on what I'm going to say, but I think Copenhagen Wolves will do better today out of Giants, at least, between that matchup. Because Giants, honestly, if you look at the lineup and what they've been doing over the last couple of weeks, they've been trying to survive. And when they've been facing teams, it's like, can we build synergy coming into this promotion tournament? And that's all they've been trying to do. And going into next bit, they'll be doing the same. Copenhagen Wolves have drastically improved over the last couple of weeks, and I feel we would actually see some growth from them.
Yeah. Don't be afraid to have that strong opinion.
Oh, no, that's why I said it, Crepo.
Throw it all on the line.
Yeah, there is no growth in Giants, or there's very little growth in Giants, and I think that the fact that they made some roster changes, we'll dig into that later, but the fact that they came so late is also a question mark. Not the fact whether they should. Everybody kind of assumes that they should eventually change up their roster, but they did very late. There's no improvement in their play over time. The only question that people still have to answer, like, is it still good enough to beat the Copenhagen Wolves? And it very well may be, because the Wolves, they look very shaky at certain points, very narrow in some strategies, and there was no macro whatsoever.
We'll talk a little bit more about that in just 1 second, because remember to send your responses with the hashtag EULCS, who you think is best equipped to be in the summer split. I already forgot because
messing with the
was
flow.
waffling.
Gotta jump in again.
But we'll see what you think later today. So now let's look a little bit deeper into that matchup, starting with the